My stepfather told me I'd never be anything without the family's money, so I bought the family business and fired him. I was 16 when Richard married my mom and moved us all into his huge mansion. There are moments in life that cleave your world in two, a sharp, irreversible break. For me, that moment wasn't when I lost my father, but years later, when the man who was supposed to be my new family looked me dead in the eye and told me I was nothing, that I'd always be nothing, without his name. And that's when I decided I would dedicate every ounce of my being to proving him wrong, even if it meant tearing down everything he ever built. My biological father died when I was just 8, leaving Mom and me adrift. Years later, Richard came into our lives like a storm, sweeping us up from our cramped apartment into his sprawling estate. He paid off our debts, became a stable presence, and for a while, he felt like a savior. But the honeymoon ended fast. At family dinners, he'd lean back in his leather chair, swirling his whiskey, a self-appointed king holding court. This business, he'd boom, gesturing with his glass at his son, Kevin, stays in the family. Real family. The message was stark, chillingly clear. I was just an interloper. When I graduated high school with a 4.2 GPA, brimming with hope, Richard offered me a job. Not an internship, not even an entry-level office position, but minimum wage, loading trucks in the warehouse at 5 a.m. His own son, Kevin, who'd barely scraped through community college, was already settled into a corner office, feet up on the desk, playing video games. When I dared to ask Richard about advancement, about a future, he just scoffed. "You should be grateful," he said, his voice dripping with condescension. "Without our name, you're nothing. No connections, no money, no future. At least I'm giving you honest work." Kevin just smirked. That night, lying awake, the weight of his words pressing down on me, I made a silent vow. This wasn't just about a job anymore. This was about my entire life. The very next Monday, I enlisted in the Army Corps of Engineers. For 4 years, I learned construction from the ground up, not from a textbook, but by building bridges in war zones, under immense pressure. While Kevin partied his way through college on daddy's dime, I was learning real leadership. When I returned, I used my GI Bill to get a civil engineering degree, graduating summa cum laude while working graveyard shifts for Morrison and Associates, Richard's biggest competitor. He actually laughed when he heard about my degree. Playing in the dirt won't make you family, boy. Oh, I remembered every word. By 25, I was running major projects for Morrison. By 30, I was a partner, specializing in fixing the messes Hartwell Construction left behind. Every bid we won, every contract we stole, I thought of Richard's dismissive voice. It fueled me, a cold, burning fire. Then the news broke. Richard had a massive heart attack during a board meeting. While he was recovering, Kevin, predictably, drove the company straight into the ground. 3 major lawsuits, 2 OSHA safety violations, and a sexual harassment claim that made the local news. Their biggest investor pulled out. The bank called in their loans. Hartwell Construction was hemorrhaging money faster than a burst pipe. This was it. My moment. For years, I'd been quietly building relationships with Hartwell's clients, proving Morrison's superior quality. When I offered to buy Hartwell Construction for 60 cents on the dollar, the desperate board didn't hesitate. The closing was yesterday. Today was my first day as CEO. I walked through those front doors at exactly 8:00 a.m. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.